Gilbert Gottfried, and this is Gilbert and Frank's Amazing Colossal Obsessions with my co-host, Frank Santopatri.
And where are we, pray tell?
In a room.
Colossal Obsessions.
We're at the fabulously appointed Nutmeg Post with our trusty friend, Frankie Verderosa. Or as he's known on social media. What are you known on social media as?
Well, one clever listener came up with Frankfurter Roaster.
Frankfurter Roaster.
Which is amazing because I'd never heard that one before.
They didn't tease you with that when you were a kid?
I didn't get that one. I got Ponderosa a lot growing up. But
right.
But now the way you guys say it for the show.
The way I say it or the way Gil says it?
The way Gilbert says it.
Yeah.
It sounds like something you buy to eat down on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They used to tease me, the kids, by singing the jingle of the Franco-American beef gravy commercial.
That must have made you feel wonderful.
It didn't make any sense at all.
Franco-American good gravy.
That's it. They give you that one too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And then my high school years were the wonderful Frank Perdue chicken campaign with Frank, oh, Frank.
I used to get, when I was a kid, they still had the Gilbert Erector set.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Gilbert. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
That's ironic for you now.
Exactly. Boy, can I use it tonight.
Oh, Lordy Lord. All right, we started out by digressing and talking about nicknames. We're going to do a little Twitter here. We haven't done a Twitter episode in a while. We did one with the Facebook page. We did one with the Listener Society with all of our fans. And now we're going to do a little bit of we'll start off with a gentleman named Alex Knight, who was responding to the Billy J. Kramer episode. This was an unexpected guest that I greatly enjoyed. I am a huge Beatles fan, so this was really fun to hear. That's nice. We enjoyed having Billy J. Kramer.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, you got to sing.
Do you want to know a secret?
That's right. And then you sang.
Do-da-do. You promise not to tell. Do-da-do. Let me whisper in your ear. Oh, closer. Do-da-do. Say the words you love to hear. Do-da-do. I'm in love with you. Oh,
I'm not even going to try that one.
You can actually hear the saliva bubbling.
And, we can't say, I don't know whether we should say yet, but we have some more Beatles stories.
We have Beatles stories coming up.
Well,
this one might run after that one.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're out of order.
See, once again,
I'm out of order once again.
Our researcher Paul Rayburn is here to be abused by Gilbert. Billy J. Kramer may have been the first musical guest that actually considered touring with you. Usually it's just a gag.
That's right. He wanted me.
He wanted to go out with you. Norm Mailer, not Norman Mailer, but Norm Mailer, and his avatar is a picture of the great Norman Mailer. Love Billy J. Kramer. Does he reveal that real Gilbert, that's you, was actually the fifth Beatle?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was I've been trying to keep it secret.
Was that before or after you were the fifth Spice Girl?
He was Jewy Spice, as he said on the Colbert Show. Bob Dukart writes to us, seeing Mick Jagger dance following James Brown on the Tammy Show, which we discussed with Billy J.
Oh, yeah.
Was like watching Abe Vigoda try to dance better than Gene Kelly. I like that. We like that, Bob. Abe was actually something of an athlete. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, what's it?
He was a handball player.
Yeah.
Hal Linden.
Hal Linden.
Yeah.
Hal Linden was telling us he played handball with him, and Abe Vigoda totally kicked his ass.
He was an accomplished handball player. Abe stuck around for a long time. I think he was. I think he did some aerobic exercise.
Oh yeah,
in his day. Whereas you and I'll be dead by 63.
We died before this started.
Rich Bruno, Frank. Any chance you will have Kay Ballard on the podcast? How about Kay Ballard?
Jeez,
the mothers-in-law.
Yes,
and she was a song and dance lady, and you never hear song and dance woman. You always hear the expression song and dance man.
Yeah. Now, what about Eve Arden?
Eve Arden has left us.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a very long distance call.
Okay.
We're going to need the wire and the phone that goes into the ground from the Twilight Zone episode. Let's see. YF Nuts. YF Nuts. I too spent some time with Billy J. Kramer years ago, but I never sang with him. I'm no Gilbert. And Brian Epstein is rolling in his grave. Quite possibly. We enjoyed having Billy J. I mean, that was something different for us.
He was great.
Our first, I think, our first foreign-born guest. Our first Brit. Let's see.
Now, though, was George Takei born here?
George Takei.
Takei, I mean.
I think George was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Do I have that wrong? We're going to have to check on that. That's shame on us for not knowing this.
We have Paul here, so we'll have to look it up ourselves.
Yeah, I should have an answer in a couple of weeks.
Let me know.
on that.
Jerry Litzler. I love that name. Jerry Litzler. Billy J. and Gilbert singing obliterated my eardrums. Of course, I'll listen again tomorrow. That's nice. Rickles, we got a lot of stuff about
people
our Rickles
really
episode.
love the Rickles
and I have to do a shout-out to Frankfurter Roaster because it was his idea to run that little song that Don must have been in his 80s by that time when he was singing, I'll Trade You Laughter for Love. I like when I get tweets and posts from people saying that they were brought to tears by an episode of the show. And it was a nice touch, Frank.
I'm known for bringing people to tears.
Well,
George Takei, born in Los Angeles.
there you go.
You see, I got to it before the end of the episode.
There you go, Gil.
First time.
Yeah.
You owe me dinner. I'll see that. Michael Scianameo. We've quoted him before. You'd think I know his name by now. Great tribute to Don Rickles, boys. You guys are the best, but you're still a pair of hockey pucks. That was nice. Michael tweets a lot about the show, which we appreciate. Jay Wigley. Thanks to you both. I've been eagerly awaiting the Don Rickles tribute. How about a Stooge-only episode sometime?
Oh, I would definitely love that.
We have to do a Stooge episode.
Yeah.
Maybe a mini, or should we dig up some Stooge relations?
I think we should dig up some Stooge relations.
Yeah? Who do you want to talk to?
I don't know who's ever around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anybody done a book on them? Is there an author we
There are
could
plenty of books. Empty City Squares is our friend John Fodiatis. Today, I learned that Real Gilbert is the missing link to Asian and midget jokes. the legacy lives on. Thank you, John. Let's see. Oh, God. Andrew Hang is one of hundreds of tweets we got demanding to know who the chicken hawk is from the Richard Kind episode. We are obliged not to tell. You can get us drunk. If you see us in the street. Somebody you wouldn't expect. I can't even pronounce this. Faizam Khan.
That guy is the chicken hawk.
That's funny. Strangely enough, look at his avatar. It's a picture of a baby chick.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Actually, I think I'm wrong. It's a fuzzy duck.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. How does he say his name? Faisham. Boy, I can't even handle that. I'm usually good with these things. If you guys ever do films on amazing colossal obsessions, again, we did one recently. We did Best Boy and Murder on the Orient Express. Will you consider Richard Dreyfuss's Let It Ride?
Oh, that's right.
You know this picture about a I guess it's about a gambler. An addicted gambler. I've never seen the picture.
And did I say that? I think I already said this. People were tweeting me about when I said Best Boy that there was a sequel called Best Man.
Yeah. Did you dig up the sequel? Did you track it down?
No, I haven't looked it up.
We found out that I'm sorry, his name is escaping me again.
Philly?
Philly. Yeah, Philly's in his 80s now?
Yeah. He's up there.
Yeah. Joe, also Kota Katana. I love these Twitter names.
I think that was the mummy's name.
Yes. There's another mummy movie in the works, by the way. There's a Tom Cruise mummy movie.
Oh, geez.
There's a channel on. Do you have FiOS? Either one of you?
No.
Verizon FiOS. There's a channel. Not a channel, but it's a show. There's on Access on Mark Cuban's network. It's just movie trailers. It's like 2 hours of movie trailers you can sit and watch back to back. And last night they showed this Tom Cruise mummy movie, which is all CGI. It doesn't look very good.
I wanted them to bring back those old mummy movies with the leg dragging behind.
Yeah, this is really high-tech CGI stuff. And then there was another trailer for a new Planet of the Apes movie. And I said to my wife, the technology is more advanced than ever. With these movies,
Right.
I just know it's not going to be as good as the Planet of the Apes we grew up on.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys watched The Walking Dead?
I've not, but
we watched the first
people rave
episode
about
last
it.
week, and it's exactly that kind of situation. The zombies look terrific and half bodies moving and all
Right.
that stuff, but nothing like Night of the Living
Not
Dead.
as good as George
just
Romero.
like-
It doesn't create the
doesn't
same.
have that
Just
movie.
like when I watched the old kind of stop-action animation like of King Kong or any of the dinosaur films, and I knew even as a kid how they did it, and I knew it was very choppy, the animation, but it's more real to me. Yeah. Like when they do it too, computerization makes everything a little too slick sometimes.
Yeah, we showed the kids The Birds not long ago,
Uh-huh.
and they giggled through it because all the effects look so fake.
Yeah, the effects
which is
in that
kind
one
of a
was
shame,
tough
Yeah.
Mrs. Yakafluss.
And all the ships at sea.
Good night, Mrs. Yakaflush, wherever you are. Your Don Rickles tribute was perfect. His sign-off song at the end brought tears to my eyes. Great job. There you go again, Francis. You got a fan club forming
and there was
here.
that horror movie, Beast of Yakaflux.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was in that? Clue Gulager? Clue Gulager? I just like to say his name.
Blue.
Oh, you'll love this one, Gil. This is from Brian Van Hooker. I love when you guys...
like you really need
Right.
to read anything
It's
after
a
that.
Van Chloroform. Brian Van Hooker. Look, I love when you guys have Richard Kind on. If Gilbert is ever murdered, he'd be a great new host. Oh, my heavens.
we've
What
been-
these people think of.
You've been trying to replace Frank for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a couple of backups for you. It's not a bad idea.
see.
What do you think? Why am I always getting the fuzzy end of the lollipop? Here you go. Here's a man after your own heart, Daniel Bennett. I'm watching Them right now with Onslow Stevens.
Oh,
Your favorite,
yes.
William George Shallert. Is it George Shallert?
Wow.
I think Edmund Gwen, James Whitmore, James Arness. How about that?
Yeah, we almost had William Shallot on the show.
Yes, we did. We came very close to having William Shallert on the show. Perhaps we should settle for Gene Shalit. Let's see. Excellent tribute to Don Rickles. Farewell, Mr. Warmth, says Bill Schaefer. A lot of people like the Rickles episode, and gosh, he's one of those that we really wish we had gotten. Chris Ketchmark sends us a video of Barney Martin, who came up on a previous episode.
Yes.
Google Barney Martin. If you don't know the name, you guys will recognize him immediately. Let's see. As a girl of the 60s, says our friend Peaches Swearingen, hearing Billy J. Kramer was absolute heaven for me. That's nice. Somebody made a Photoshop. Laura Pinto saw this and thought of you guys, not sure why, and she included a Photoshop, I assume, that was made by a gentleman named Joshua Henry. Can you see this? It's just Esther Roll saying,
Oh,
damn,
I saw
damn,
that.
damn.
Yes.
You've inspired that. Let's see.
And someone tweeted that it was the anniversary of like when Don't Give Up on Us Baby became the
Oh,
number
I
one
thought of
hit.
you. Yes. Don't Give Up on Us, Baby, in 1977.
Don't give up on us, baby. Don't make the wrong seem right. The future isn't just one night.
Jump
It's
in, Paul.
written on the moonlight, suspended on the stars. We can change ours.
David Soul. Was that 77 or 78? Did they say it was the 40th anniversary?
Yeah.
I know it's the 40th anniversary of Annie Hall this week.
Oh, wow.
If only we had a guest from Annie Hall
Yes.
on the podcast. Joe Coastal writes, I love the Don Rickles ep, and Gilbert didn't bring up throwing oranges, so I was able to share it with my sons. Joe also tweets, for the next tweet episode, that would be this one, ask Gilbert about Midnight Hour with Dick Van Patten as a zombie dentist. Does that mean anything to you?
That one went past me. And I'm not going to ask Paul to look it up. So.
Right. That's got to help us. Can
But
you
I do
look that
have-
one up, Paul?
What?
Don't Give Up on Us, Baby.
Yeah, what was-
1976.
76.
1976.
Can it be? I've got my years all tangled up. How about that? I thought it was a 77 or a 78
The
for
genre
sure.
is soft rock.
Soft rock. Mr. David Soul.
Soft.
Yeah, Paul Michael Glaser never charted, as far as I know. Boy, I can't believe I had the year wrong on that one. I love this, Gil. James T. Aubrey. I just love the podcast, and I can't wait for the tribute to Blossom Rock. You know Blossom Rock? She was Grandmama on the old Addams Family.
Oh, jeez.
Remember
Blossom
her?
Rock.
Do you remember the old Addams Family from the 60s?
Yeah, I'm trying to picture.
Google
her, but-
Blossom Rock. Tell us
Blossom
about
Rock.
her. Yeah. Every time PW, who goes up by the name Navin Johnson, which is a jerk reference. Every time I listen to a podcast with Real Gilbert and Frank, I learn something amazing. That's nice. He learned about Jamie Farr and John Amos. Let's see what else we got. That movie, Linda Dalton writes, that movie with Rickles and Borgnine you guys talked about, The Rabbit Trap. Do you know anything about this picture at all?
No.
Was on TCM. Going to give it a shot. Wasn't like we actually recommended it.
Yeah.
We can't be responsible for some of these.
Yeah, I have Edith Marie Blossom McDonald,
That was her name.
a.k.a. Blossom Rock.
Tell us about her. I
She
never
was an
saw her in
American
anything
actress.
but that.
She was occasionally billed as Marie Blake or Blossom McDonald. She kind of worked it every which way.
Wow.
Her younger sister was screen actress and singer Jeanette McDonald.
Jeanette
Oh,
McDonald was her
wow.
sister with Nelson Eddy and Jeanette McDonald.
Wow.
That's
and,
interesting.
Unfortunately, we cannot get Blossom Rock
No,
on the
she's
show.
long
She left
gone.
us in 1978.
She's long gone.
Long
And
gone.
Jackie Coogan, too, Uncle Fester.
Yeah, Uncle Fest.
Do you remember her, Blossom Rock?
Yeah.
On that the only people that are alive from that Addams Family cast, even Pugsley died. Lisa Loring, who played Wednesday, is still with us if we want to track her down. And the elusive John Astin, who we have reached out to on numerous occasions
Now,
with no success.
Pugsley had a miserable life.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ken Weatherwax
Yeah.
was his name. I don't know much about him.
They said he was like picked on and bullied in school from being on the Addams Family. Then at one point he joined the army, and they were like looked at him as a
Know
joke.
that about him.
Yeah,
That's sad.
It was a horrible.
A way to bring the show to a
Yeah,
sad
thank you.
downbeat.
That's usually why we talk to Paul.
Now,
I'm gonna get all the gory details on Weatherwax here and try to really, really knock it down.
Buddy Spencer writes, here you go. On this day, 1977, David Hutch Soul had a #1 hit on Billboard with Don't Give Up on Us, Baby. Paul, there's a discrepancy on the dates on Don't Give Up on Us, Baby. Bob Ducart again. I'm just thinking it would be, if you guys have not thought of Rip Taylor as a guest, maybe you should. We have been out to
yeah,
Rip.
Yeah.
I believe he told Dara he was waiting on a documentary, but I hope we can actually speed that process along. Let's see, one or two more here. Let's see. Brian O'Connor. Boy, I never thought I'd hear Frank Santopadre name check Boodle on the Real Gilbert. So part of Liverpool.
That's a part of.
I guess it
is. That
is
where Billy J. Kramer
I guess
is from?
it is. Yeah, with Billy J. And Clifton James died, who was the sheriff in The Man with a Golden Gun. A heavy set guy. You know this actor? He sort of looked like like a Joe Besser meets Ned Beatty
Yes,
kind of look.
You're that secret agent.
Yeah, he died. He played Sheriff J.C. Pepper. And Live and Let Die. I think he's also in The Man with the Golden Gun. And we'll wrap this. This is interesting. I'm getting lost reading these. Our pal John Fodiatis. Only Real Gilbert and Frank can get Tony Roberts to tell a Milton Berle Forrest Tucker restroom story. That's what makes this podcast gold. Isn't that sweet?
That's touching.
We appreciate that. Now, what did you find out about Ken Weatherwax? As long as Gilbert's bringing the show to a screeching halt.
I had him and I ditched him because I couldn't take the withering looks I was getting from Gilbert here. But I can look him up. And because for a minute there, the show was getting a little too cheery.
You don't want to end on an upbeat.
You don't want to end on an up note. All right.
Oh, here, Gil. This is Joe Don Baker, not the Joe Don Baker.
Yeah.
But by the way, would be an interesting guest for us, Joe Don Baker. Any idea when your movie will be available, your documentary, for those of us who couldn't make it to Tribeca?
Oh, it's called Gilbert, and I don't know exactly what happens after it plays at Tribeca, I guess.
The negative is burned.
Yeah, exactly. I will tell everyone. I'll tweet something.
Gilbert
out.
will let you know when the time comes, but we appreciate the interest. We're recording this on Tuesday the 18th, and we're 2 days away from the premiere.
Yeah,
so by the time you have heard this, the premiere will be long over. Paulie?
I'm not finding too much on Weatherwax. Born in Los Angeles, typecast as Pugsley well into his teens. At 17, entered the U.S. Army.
Was he related to Russ Weatherwax, the famous Hollywood dog trainer? Because we can do another whole show while we're waiting for you to come up with that.
Let's see. His aunt was actress and dancer Ruby Keeler.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at this good stuff,
Gee.
Gil.
Look at this. Come on, Neil. This is pretty good.
Pugsley's aunt. You're getting this, folks? Pugsley's aunt was Ruby Keeler.
Gee.
And Grandmama's sister was Jeanette McDonald.
Now,
Too strange.
Weatherwax's half-brother Joey D. Vieira, also known as Donald Keeler for some reason, played Porky on the first 3 seasons of Lassie.
Oh,
beginning
interesting.
In 1954.
Interesting.
Frank and Rudd. Oh, did you say something about a dog trainer?
I think it was Rudd Weatherwax.
Frank and Rudd Weatherwax.
I said Russ Weatherwax.
Lassie's trainers and
there you go.
owners of the first dog to play the role were Ken's uncles.
There you go.
This whole Weatherwax family is something incredible.
Yeah.
Who
you
knew?
know, by the way, the Westmore family, the makeup family, there's a book came to my office about the history of the Westmores, and I think we should do a mini episode about the Westmore family. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll do a great episode about classic Hollywood makeup.
They did the makeup for Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
You bet your bippy.
We should appear in makeup for that.
We should,
for that episode.
for an audio-only podcast.
Audio-only podcast.
All right.
And Paul, can you say there's no need to fear? Underdog is here.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Why do you make him say that? Do you think he looks like Wally Cox?
No, I think he sounds like Underdog.
Well, I get that all the time.
Yeah. I was going to say go Gophers. But whatever works. You want to take us out on David Soul, my friend?
I know I lost my head last night. You've got a right to stop believing. There's still a little love left. Even so, give up on us, baby. We're still worth one more try. Can't we get a last one by? The angel and the dreamer who sometimes plays the fool. Don't give up on us, I know we can still come through.
Beautiful.
This has been Gilbert and Frank's Amazing Colossal Obsessions.
You notice how Gilbert gets right out of the song, right back into the close.
It's so smooth.
Yes,
he's smooth as a baby's butt.
Professional stuff.
See you next time.
Listen up, man. Listen up, man. If you want to know about Bobby on Susu, Lon Chaney Jr.